What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of NTG Builds. Yeah, dude. Guys, welcome back. Welcome to NTG Builds, and welcome to Tiffany. And I know it's been a little bit, and I have not been around, but I have been around. I've been doing stuff, all sorts of stuff, but it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't seem like it'd be interesting to you guys, but I figured I should update you on what's been going on. Where's Tiffany? Why I haven't been making events. And everybody's like, what events? If you need an event, and you work hard enough, you can scrounge one up. But I'm missing one this next week, and it's all for good reason. If you guys have noticed on the last couple videos, I went hard, did some band-aids, and then blew those motors up. And I did that because I just wanted to finish the season out. I wanted to, you know, it's been stressful. As you guys know, this year's been weird. So I wanted to get out and I wanted to drive. I wanted to hit these things, and I was tired of things saying I couldn't, so I made sure that I could. But in doing so, I spent some money that could have been spent more wisely and caused for a longer life of the motor and program. But I was about that experience and wanted to be in that moment. I made it, we got there. But I wanted to give you a rundown on what we're actually doing with Tiffany. Why we've been on the quiet front with this. As you can see, we got a block on the table, and we've got one in Tiffany. That's new for us. We haven't had two motors at once before, at least ready to be put back together. So as you can see here, this is the block that we blew up at SEMA. And we have now got this thing all machined, decked, punched out. So we bored out the block to 85.5 mils because we punched this over. The pistons are 84.5 mil. Stock is 83 mil. So this is now 40 thou bigger than it was, which is 1 mil bigger. I guess if I'm doing the math right, it's 20 on each side. And then that'll give us a displacement of almost 2.0, which is cool. So it's no longer 1.8, it's a 1.938 or something like that. And I'm just gonna round up. So yeah, we got a 2.0 motor for Tiff now. And that's gonna be running with our Supertech pistons. And the reason is, because we partnered up with Supertech for this build on our valves and our pistons, which is so freaking awesome to me. And we're going to be running an 11-to-1 piston. And then we're going to be running their full valve train as well, which I'm really excited about, and we'll get into that here as we go. But what we got here is we'll be running the same Eagle rods that I had before. These are the old CPs, and I abused them with the tune, and they were 8.5 to 1 compression, so I'm really excited about just to see what this new build is going to be like. And as you guys know, we teamed up with Link, and now with this new motor, I'm finally going to get to put this and install this on Tiffany, and then I'll have some safety parameters that will protect her from me when I'm out there getting grimy as grimy as can be. Then see, even that feeling, I can't even help myself, it just boom, comes out. But when we're out there getting grimy, the Link G4 X is going to be protecting us, or protecting her, and making sure we got oil pressure, we've got the right AFRs, all that kind of stuff. And I'm really excited about that. So here's some of the products. There's the G4X, we got some sensors, CAN cables, pressure sensors, air temp sensors, and field installable CAN plug, which somebody knows what that means, and I'm learning, and we're going to learn together as it gets put in when we do this build here coming up over the next month or two. We are also moving into a shop, which is exciting. Not our own shop, we're getting a bay, but at least that way I can work during the wee hours of the night and not bug my neighbors, because when you only get the 24 hours that you do get every day, just like you get, I get, you're going to have to use them as much as you can, and sometimes those hours are in the wee hours, and sometimes you got to make some noise. So we'll be moving to the shop, and I'm excited about that. We have some other top secret, not top secret, but we'll let you know here in a bit, as far as our Pro-Am and other partnerships that are coming on, which I can't say anything about, but it is some big news. Really excited, as well as some events. Very, very, very fortunate. You guys know I'm the luckiest guy out there. I will work my butt off and I'll outwork anybody who tries to compete me in working, because that's just, don't try it. I can do it. But I'm disproportionately lucky when it comes to all the cool things that I get to do. And there's one that I get to announce here next week, and I'm really excited about that and get to tell you guys. With all the cool announcements aside, let's keep on track here with the motor. So we've got our Eagle rods. We're gonna go with the, I think they're ACL, something like that. I probably have the numbers flippy or floppy backwards, or the letters. But we'll be getting a new set of bearings, and we're going to be getting main bolts, new head bolts, the bigger ones, the stronger ones from ARP, and then I already have rod bolts. So that'll be our last of the fasteners we get from ARP, and then the piece to resistance on the bottom end that is going to keep us all lubed up is our boundary billet oil pump. This is the heart of it, guys. Stock housing with billet gears, billet back plate, boundary pumps. So what started, and you can see it's dirty. This was on the motor before. We'll get it cleaned up. But we ran this before. But this is what started my journey to what we're actually going to be doing now. On this box, it says that this, somewhere, or on the paper I had, papers in the house. On the paper it said that this pump is good up to 9,000 RPMs. Well, as soon as I heard that, I said, well, what RPMs do I get? And that's 7,200. So I was like, well, that sounds like a lot more than 7,200. I confirmed to check the math. It is more than 7,200. So that made me want to chase down 8,500 to 8,700 range. Just bring it back just a little bit. So that's what we've done. For the head that is not here, that you can't see, which is still at the shop that I showed you in one of the other videos over there at S&S, is we're getting Supertech valves, all Inconol valves, 1 mil over, so intake and exhaust are going to be 1 mil over. We're getting dual titanium springs, titanium keeps, and that's banger. So that's going to be done. That's going to allow the motor to wind up to 8,700 RPMs just fine without any valve float. We're going to have an 85 valve seat pressure pound spring, so that's going to be one tough mammer jammer. And then to top off the valve train, we're going with Tomei cams, and I think the duration, I don't know, it was like 237, I don't know, they seem not, I don't know, it's 250, something like that. I'll have to go get the sheet. But either way, those are the ones that are suggested to me, that with how much air I'm going to be forcing in, I got a better duration. The lift's not as high, but the valve stays open longer, so it'll make up for that. Duration is what I'm being told, and since I don't know anything and I have to trust people, that's what we're doing. The pump set us to going down that, going towards 8,700 RPM route. In order to do that, I wanted to start taking out the pieces that we found that are better in the VVTs and things like that. So this, in the 2001 and newer VVT motors, you get a oil shroud that actually works as a main cap gusset. And since we're going to be going up to 8,500 RPMs, I just went ahead. We got a Vvt Pan from a 2001 to 4, I believe this is the same pan. You'll have to triple check before you go buying things. And you need the pan to cover the girdle because of these little things right there that are there to clear this when it's swinging around. So with that upgrade, it's going to tighten up the bottom end really, really good. Just give it that extra rigidity and stability throughout the whole thing while we're winding it up. Going through our Eagle rods, through our good new race bearings, and then up through our Supertech 11-to-1 pistons, going into our Supertech, being mated with a 1mm Supertech head gasket, which I'm really excited to try that. We ran Cometic on our last motor. No issues with that, but being that we're partnered up with Supertech and very, very excited about that, we were going through and they mentioned that they had it and that, that they would put it in the package with my valves when everything got done. Now, why is my motor not done? Okay, well, we know this year has been weird. Everybody's had to adjust in a certain way, and for me, the adjustment is having to wait. I would usually end up paying for shipping or doing something, driving to the other state to get the part in order so I can keep my progress of plan I wanted to do. Okay, well this time I'm doing it differently. We have so many other projects going on and I can't just get so laser focused on this. I have to split my laser beams up and make sure that every project that I have going stays moving steadily forward. And I can't wait to tell you about the other projects, guys. This is big. For you guys have been with me on this travel here. If you look back at the videos, you can see, the beginning as I'm learning how to do these videos, learning how to drive, learning how to fabricate, learning how to build, and just everything it takes to do what we're doing out here. To get to the point that we're at now is very, very fortunate, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. What I also can't wait to do is kind of break down to you guys my philosophy on how I got there. In case anybody's wondering, I'm sure there's going to be questions because this is happening. But, I'll share what I know with you guys. It's not what I know how to do it right. It's just what I know I did and it's working. But that's where we're at, guys. So the reason that the whole year has been screwed up, we know what that is. The darn virus and some other stuff like that. But it's been hard on me. I've had to wait on shipping, and I know it's been really hard on our guys at Supertech because they have had me bugging them on a weekly basis, wondering when and if, and hopefully our valves came in, and then, Christmas happened. They were supposed to come in before Christmas. They were supposed to be in before December. They were supposed to be in mid-November, and it has nothing to do with anybody not wanting them or me to have them. It's just the supply chain, and we're dealing with it. So we'll get the valves. The cams are in the same situation. We didn't get to make it to Winter Jam. Winter Jam isn't happening. We have some other things we're going to do. We've made other plans. We're executing those plans and we're going. But guys, I wanted to give you an update. Tiffany will be back and she's going to be ripping. We're going to be about 400 wheel when we're done with this motor here. Now that we have link and we're getting out of the AFM over there. So I have no more air restriction. The most horsepower we can get through that box was 239, and that was because that's what that air flappy box lets through. Now, we're not using that system anymore. We're going to a mass, so boom, no air restrictions. With that, 400 wheel, reliable. We'll tune it back down to like maybe 320, something like that, which in Tiffany will be a lot of power. I just wanted to give you an update on where we're at, how the build's gonna go, give you a little idea. So things have been happening. I haven't slacked off on what I'm supposed to be doing. I've actually cranked it up maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times, if you can believe that. I'm having to learn a lot of new skills, office work. We're having to deal with corporate partners and things like that, which is new when you're a trench digger like I came up through here, where you're a laborer, you're doing construction. And I got into that due to opportunity. I run my own company, that kind of thing, but I haven't had to get this professional in my communications, in my organization, and it's all about this dream that we're making happen here, guys. So we've got a legitimate plan to move forward to hit our goals. We're walking that down relentlessly, just walking that down with all the tenacity. We're just going after it, and you can't let up. You have to keep going because no one's holding you to it until it's your responsibility. And at that point, you don't want what's pushing you along to be your responsibility that's nagging you. You want the success and the rewards of your, accomplishments to keep driving you to want to drive and accomplish more. So guys, the announcements, the news, and all that stuff, just gonna run it down with you. We are 1, getting Tiffany's motor together. We are just storing and stocking up parts, and we are getting that ready to go. We're getting ready to move equipment, Tiffany, and something else to a shop location here very soon, and we'll take you guys out on that trip and show you what it is that we're doing, why I'm moving there, who's gonna be there, what we're gonna be around, all the coolness that's gonna be happening around us. We'll have a parking lot for testing. We're gonna have things that we need in order to move forward and run this program like it's supposed to be able to meet our deadlines as well as keep all our obligations and awesome promises that we have with our partners. So huge big steps for us, excitement. All of this comes at a cost of time and effort, but every bit of it's been worth it. So keep cranking at it, guys. That's what we're doing. We're coming back to 2021, coming out swinging hard. I cannot wait to tell you guys what is coming. There's gonna be great build series coming up with me and our partners. So thanks for joining. If you got questions, if I missed or skipped over anything on this that you guys would like to know, hit that down in the comments. Smash that like button, consider subscribing, or don't, just come back and check it, check out what we're doing. But I guarantee you, we are up to some big things here coming up this year, guys. So we made it through the first week. I wanted to get a video for you guys. I haven't been wrenching, I've been typing, I've been planning, we've been building a build virtually, and now it's getting ready to come into play. I can't wait to tell you guys and show you guys and take you guys on all that stuff that we're gonna be doing. Big leagues, and it's the exact scenario we were begging for. Well, not begging for, but working our butts off for. And now that it's here, we gotta make sure that that tiger doesn't turn around and get us. So we're gonna keep working our butts off, guys. But there we go. Tiffany's new heart. You can see that there is a lot of effort going into this, and it is going to be done right this time. Not that anything was done wrong, but I'm going to be patient. I'm gonna make sure I follow it through properly. So keep working at your stuff. We're gonna keep chunking along at it. We're gonna get the interior painted. You know, there's all this list on Tiffany, and then we got a whole new monster that we're working on here, guys. So without revealing too much, I wanted to touch base with you guys. It's been too long, so we're gonna get this out. There'll be maybe another couple weeks of quiet, and then you're gonna have so much coming out. You're not gonna know what to do, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So all right, guys, thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you on the next one.